I made a very bold claim in the title of this video. And the first thing that's on your mind is, how the fuck is this fucker in this video gonna get me rich? I'm not gonna make you wait for that answer. I'm gonna answer that quickly. And I'll start off by saying, it's not a prediction. I'm not predicting that you're gonna be rich. I'm not saying that, like God brought you this video and you're gonna get rich because you're seeing, no. All it is an analyzation of your decision making. And I'm gonna break this down for you, and then I'm gonna drop a bunch of sauce to help you get there. So pay attention. Do not let your attention span be cooked, because there's a lot of value I'm about to give you guys, okay? And not because I'm an expert by any means. It's because I'm learning and I'm applying the knowledge myself, and I can tell you what's bullshit and what works. But if you clicked on this video, chances are it's pretty low in views. Chances are you could see that I have, less than 5,000 subscribers. The thumbnail is literally just fucking me in my car right now. And even knowing all of those aspects, subconsciously you made the decision to click on this video anyways. All of that stuff processed through your head before you made the decision to click. And the fact that you're still here and you're still watching this means you have a drive. You have a drive for information. And you have a relatability to somebody like me who's driving myself. See, the universe has a lot of rules. And one of those rules is called the law of attraction. In the law of attraction, a lot of mumbo jumbo bullshit can kind of be thrown into there, but the law of attraction itself is very real. That being said, somebody like myself, who's in the realm of learning, in the realm of working every single day to make myself better, is going to attract the same type of viewer. That's what you guys are doing. Chances are, if you watch this, nobody who's making $1 million a month is going to click on this fucking video with a dude in his car saying you're going to be rich if you watch this. But if you're somebody like me, you are going to watch it. And the reason I titled that is because I understand the way that I see the world, and I can extrapolate that and help you guys out. The one difference between me and you, the one thing that I think that I apply to the extent that most people cannot fathom or most people don't understand, especially early on in their self-improvement journeys, and especially when it comes to running a business or learning a skill that's going to make you very profitable in the future, is called the belief anchor. And I'm going to explain to you exactly what the belief anchor is in very simple terms. Simple, but not easy. Simple terms. The belief anchor is basically the idea that not believe, that you will become successful someday. Because the strongest belief comes in knowing the truth. And there is an infinite truth that applies to all of us. We just haven't seen it yet because we are not there in the frame of time. You understand? But what's going to happen is what's going to happen. And there's nothing you can technically do to change it. Because no matter what you do, it's going to change your trajectory and you're going to end up where you were always meant to end up. And if you're watching this video right now, you were meant to end up somewhere big. I truly believe that. And if you clicked off this video, you're not with me at this point. You're probably not. Or it's not your time yet. But the belief anchor is something that you guys need to implement into every single thing you do. It stops all the questioning. It stops all the will this work, will that work, the second guessing, the procrastinating. If you truly believe in yourself, it's easy to get the work done and move the needle, because beliefs are powerful. Beliefs are the things that actually get you to your goals. If you combine the belief that you know what's going to come and the actions necessary to do it, which you already know. You already know what you have to do. Realistically, if you're starting a business, you know you have to get up early before everybody else, hop on your computer, research your business, find your unique offer, and you need to execute on that every single day. You already know that. But if you combine that with the belief that what you're doing on this side is absolutely going to work no matter what, you are either going to pass or you're going to die trying. If you can genuinely believe that, you combine the two, absolutely anything that you believe is possible will happen. But most people miss that belief. So let me give you a visual representation of what the belief anchor is, so you guys can apply it and implement it into your lives. Imagine a cliff. High atop the mountains, you're climbing a mountain and there's a cliff on the top. And you've somehow managed your way to get almost to the top of the mountain, but all you have to do, right, is climb the rest of that mountain. And there's a cliff up here. You understand? Now you can't climb it because it's a negative angle. You are not climbing up this mountain. And that's a representation of your goals. The top of this mountain is whatever goals you have is the top of this mountain. You understand? You cannot get there by just climbing it. You need assistance. You need the belief. Now, what is the belief? The belief is like a rock on the top of the mountain. A rock that is tied to a rope that comes over the cliff and hangs there. Now, you are adjacent to the rope. You can see the rope, you can grab the rope, you can climb up the rope. And that is the only way you can get to the top of the mountain through this rope. You understand? But if your belief isn't there, if you don't have this rock at the top of this cliff, if you don't have that, as soon as you go to grab the rope, it's going to come falling down and you have no way to get to the top of the mountain. But if you have a strong belief, if you know it's going to happen, think of that as it's a giant boulder at the top of this mountain. If you know and you can apply that, and the rope is tied to this strong boulder, all you have to do is climb up the rope and get to the top. That's all you need to do. But it's impossible if you don't have the belief. You can work as hard as you want. You can think your way logically through every single decision that you could possibly make and play it like it's chess. But if you don't have the belief that what you're doing is working, you will quit or you will take the wrong steps. It's that simple. You need to have that belief, and I have that belief. That's why I'm able to sit here right now after a gym workout, running off little sleep from last night. That's why I'm able to sit here and explain this to you guys in full detail, because I know some way, somehow, this will push me one step further towards my goals, and I might even be able to help some people that are like me along the way. You understand? Now, why am I qualified to talk about this? And that's a fantastic question, because I like to make sure everything I talk about in my YouTube videos, if you don't know, I have tons of YouTube videos that come out just like these. So go ahead and subscribe if you're getting value. But why am I qualified? And I actually extrapolated that logic, and I'm going to tell you a story that's going to help you implement this into your life. When I started lifting, when I first started my self-improvement journey, which was in the gym, a lot of people start that way. Maybe some of you guys are at that stage. I gave up multiple times before I ever got consistent. I gave up. There were times where I lifted for 2 to 3 months consistently. I actually started to make progress. People that were other than me noticed my progress, and I still gave up. If you haven't achieved a goal yet, can you even imagine somebody else saying, "Oh man, I've noticed you improved at this," and then still giving up? Can you even imagine that? No, because that's insane. But I didn't believe in myself. Somebody else telling me what I was doing is working and noticing, along with myself putting in the work, still wasn't enough for me to believe. I was doing all the things right in the gym. I was doing the right lifts. I was doing progressive overload. That shit's not that hard. What I needed to understand was the belief. And that's why mentors are important in life, is because they reinforce the positive beliefs and they eliminate the negative ones. Hopefully that clicked in your head. But when I finally got consistent, when I finally put myself on the trajectory, I finally set up the rope that I have climbed. When I finally set that up, I knew it right in the moment, and here's how. I was back in high school. This is over 5 years ago. I've been lifting consistently 5.5 years, a little less than that. I was in high school, and I was sitting there, and it was during the sickness. I don't want to get demonetized or whatever, so I can't say it, but you guys know what I was talking about, 2020. And I realized, like, damn, I just had 6 months off of school where I couldn't even damn near barely leave my house. And I still didn't get consistent. I had all the time in the world. And now I'm sitting here in class, and all I want to do is get bigger, get stronger. But now I don't have time. And I said to myself, I said, if I ever get the opportunity to be locked in my house ever again, I am going to start lifting. I am going to change my entire life, change the scope of my entire life if I ever get the opportunity again. 2 days later, it was November 2020. If you guys remember, everything was shut down once again. 2 days later, and I woke up that very morning, and I was sick. I had the stuff. I had it, and I woke up sick, but I didn't have school, and I told myself, I said, thank you, God, for this opportunity. Thank you, God, for this opportunity. I now have the belief in myself because I know for a fact this is the best opportunity I will ever get to achieve this goal. And I had the belief, I said to myself, if it doesn't happen now, it never will. And because of that fact, I know it's going to happen because my back was against the wall and I knew it was coming. And ever since that day, I promise you, I've never went more than like 2 or 3 days without lifting. And I even hated it. I hated it. It sucked for the first year and a half. It sucked for the first 2 years. And then I got into a flow. I got into that flow. I bought some pre-workout. I started getting veins in my arms. I started getting excited. I started getting, boom, ready to go. It's the same thing with business. And I'm getting into that flow with business now where I wake up. And I'm like, fuck it. This is my life now. Boom, boom, boom. What do I got to do? Check off the list. Journal. What do I got to do? Boom, boom, boom. Read the Bible. Boom. Read the Hormozy book. Boom. Do this. Work on my offer. Boom, boom. Make valuable content for you guys. And I can do it. And it's easier for me to do because I know for a fact that someday I will be at the top. And this is documentation proof, because someday I'm going to be qualified to help other people at this journey. I don't coach people on how to make money, but someday I think I'll be able to. I know I'll be able to. Right now, I just coach people on how to have their beliefs the right way, because beliefs will get you anywhere. It will get you anywhere you want. You just have to be able to apply them. If you guys had the epiphany, if you guys had that aha moment in your head that I hopefully was able to convey to you guys, boom. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't, but you feel it, go rewatch it. Rewatch the video. Write some notes. Write the things down I say. Understand what I say, why it's important. Because I really want you guys to be able to extrapolate the value. I really appreciate you guys for watching. Go ahead and like the video if you find it valuable. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll answer it. I promise. I'm not going to keep you guys for too much longer. Go do something productive. Thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Much love.